welcome to our midnight news coming to you from Canal. First, the top stories of the news. The President of the Republic receives the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Migration and Tunisians abroad, now visiting Algeria. The President of the Republic receives as well the Egyptian Foreign Minister, bearing a message from Egypt's President to the head of state Abdelmajid Tebboune. The President of the Republic keeps receiving congratulatory messages from world leaders on the occasion of the November Revolution's anniversary. And the Algerian-Russian friendship in limelight with a vibrant tribute paid to Soviet mine engineers for their key role in clearing mines after Algeria's independence. Welcome back and thanks for joining us. First in our news, the President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune, received on Wednesday the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Migration and Tunisians Abroad, Mohamed Ali Nafti, and the delegation accompanying him. The audience took place in the presence of the Principal Private Secretary to the Presidency, Boualem, the Foreign Affairs Minister, Ahmed Attaf, and the President's advisor in charge of diplomatic affairs, Ammar Abba. And following the audience, the Tunisian diplomat had this to say to the newsman.
قد تشرفت منذ حين بلقاء فخامة الرئيس عبد المجيد تبون.
I had the honor to meet President Abdelmajid Tebboune as part of my participation during the tripartite consultative meeting regarding Libya that will be held tomorrow with the participation of Tunisia, Algeria and Egypt. On this occasion, I transmitted to President Abdelmajid Tebboune the greetings of President Kais Saied, underlining the profound attachment of Tunisia to solid fraternal ties binding the two countries, as well as the will of Tunisian leaders to pursue permanent coordination and consultation to serve the interests of both peoples and for the reinforcement of security, stability and development in our region. The meeting with President Abdelmajid Tebboune confirmed the perfect convergence of perspective with President Kais Saied, notably the Libyan issue when it comes to the necessity to preserve Libya and to adopt a Libyan approach that will result to a sustainable solution. We've also underlined the importance of the tripartite consultation mechanisms between neighboring countries, allowing the coordination of position and actively contribute to the consolidation of stability and the acceleration of the process of political settlement in Libya under the aegis of the United Nations. It was an opportunity to inform the President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune, of the discussions I've held with my brother, Ahmed Attaf, Minister of State, Minister of Foreign Affairs, National Community Abroad and African Affairs, regarding the good preparation of the 23rd session of the Grand Tunisian-Algerian Joint Commission, hosted by Tunisia from the 9th to the 12th of December. We hope that this session will constitute an important step in the reinforcement, relaunch and enlargement of bilateral cooperation between our two countries through the establishment of a strategic partnership solid at all levels.
Still with the presidential activity, the President of the Republic received also the Egyptian Minister of Foreign Affairs, Badr Abdelati, and the delegation accompanying him, bearing a message from Egypt's President Abdel Fattah Sisi. The audience took place in the presence of the Principal Private Secretary of the Presidency, Boualem, the Foreign Affairs Minister Ahmed Attaf, and the President's advisor in charge of diplomatic affairs, Ammar Abba. And following the audience, the Egyptian Foreign Affairs Minister made the statement to the press.
تشرفت اليوم بلقاء فخامة الرئيس عبد المجيد تبون
Today I had the honor to be received by President Abdelmajid Tebboune, to whom I delivered a message from his brother and counterpart Abdel Fattah al-Sisi. I conveyed President al-Sisi's greetings and his wishes for stability, progress and prosperity for Algeria under the wise leadership of President Tebboune. This meeting was an important opportunity to reaffirm the strength and depth of the fraternal and historical relations uniting our two countries. It also highlighted the complete convergence of visions and positions between the two heads of state, as well as their shared determination to consolidate bilateral cooperation in all areas for the benefit of the two brotherly peoples. The discussion also provided an opportunity to review the preparations for the ninth session of the High Joint Commission, chaired by Prime Ministers of both countries, which will be held in Cairo from the 23rd to the 26th. This meeting will mark a new stage in strengthening the Algerian-Egyptian partnership, particularly in the economic, trade and investment sectors. The talks also evoked the regional and international situation, marked by an unprecedented challenges. At the forefront of these issues, the Central Arab cause, namely the Palestinian issue, which requires close consultation between Algeria and Egypt to unify their position and counter any attempt to marginalize it. Both parties stress the need to ensure the delivery of humanitarian and medical aid to the Gaza Strip without obstruction in order to confront the ongoing humanitarian catastrophe. President Abdelmajid Tebboune was informed of Egypt's intention to soon host an international conference dedicated to the reconstruction of the Gaza Strip. Cairo expressed its confidence in Algeria's strong and high-level participation, faithful to its constant positions and historical commitment to the Palestinian people and their legitimate rights. The meeting also provided an opportunity to commend Algeria's active role in supporting joint Arab and African action. Finally, President Abdelmajid Tebboune was informed of the upcoming tripartite meeting in Algiers, bringing together the foreign ministers of Algeria, Egypt and Tunisia, dedicated to the situation in Libya.
Egypt's foreign minister speaking to our reporter, the President of the Republic received a congratulatory message from his Portuguese counterpart Marcelo Rebelo de Sousa, extending his best wishes on the occasion of the November Revolution. He reiterated his commitment to further develop the exceptional friendship and cooperation relations, in addition to the other fundamental values such as peace, dialogue and human rights. For his part, the chairman of the Libyan Presidential Council, Mohammed Yunus al-Manfi, extended a similar message on this occasion, reiterating his readiness to upgrade the historic relations binding the two countries, while wishing success and progress to the President and the Algerian people. The President of the Republic received equally a congratulation message from the President of the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela, Nicolas Maduro, deeming Algeria as a symbol of struggle for freedom, justice and people's dignity, while reiterating his commitment to enhance cooperation between both countries. And finally, the Ethiopian President, Taye Atske-Selassie, addressed as well a message of congratulation to the head of state, highlighting the will to promote the existing relations between the two peoples, while wishing health to the President and prosperity to the Algerian people. To another story now, tasked by the President of the Republic, the Interior and Transport Minister Said inaugurated in Layoun locality in the province of Taraf Esteli as a tribute to the Soviet mine engineers. The ceremony was attended by the Russian retired Colonel Andrei Palvenko, who played, along with other engineers and PNA members, a key role in clearing mines after Algeria's independence.
You were decorated by the President of the Republic with the National Merit Order of Ashir rank, an honor that reflects the recognition and deep respect that Algeria, both state and people, have for you. We are gathered today with those who share the privilege of celebrating this exceptional occasion, which once again symbolizes the special place you hold among the people of Taraf, and through them, the Algerian nation as a whole. We wish to immortalize this moment with this commemorative stele, which will stand as a lasting testimony for future generations to your dignity and to the enduring bonds between the People's Democratic Republic of Algeria and the Russian Federation. After Algeria's independence, I had the honor of taking part in a noble mission to clear the anti-personnel mines left behind by French colonization. I consider my contribution to that effort to have been truly significant.
A symbol of bravery and sincere friendship, Colonel Andrei Pavlenko's story stands as a lasting tribute to the historic ties between Algeria and Russia. Let's discover the lofty itinerary of Pavlenko in this concise story and report by Bismafar.
In the pages of Algeria's national memory live stories of loyalty and courage, written by those who believed in the justice of their cause. Among them stands Colonel Andrei Pavlenko, a retired Russian officer who led a great battle on Algerian soil, a man who faced the seeds of death sown by the colonial machine along the Charles and Maurice lines, where so many Algerians lost their lives. Coming straight from Russia, Colonel Pavlenko put his courage and knowledge at the service of the People's National Army. He helped transform a field of death into a ground of hope. With calm determination he advanced, certain that his mission was both moral and human. In his book Our Health Remained There, Colonel Pavlenko recounts that experience. He wrote it to immortalize his deep love for Algeria, the country he adopted as his own, and for its people whom he cherished as his brothers. As the nation never forgets his loyal friends, President Abdelmajid Tebboune awarded him the National Merit Order, rank of Ashir. He was also honored by the General of the Army Said Shingriha, Minister Delegate to the Minister of the National Defense and Chief of Staff of the People's National Army. Today, the name of Andrei Pavlenko resonates as a symbol, a man who fought to the very end of his life, but also as a bridge of sincere friendship between Algeria and Russia.
To another story now, Prime Minister Seif Gharib chaired on Wednesday a cabinet meeting devoted to examining two draft executive decrees fixing the conditions and modalities of detecting drugs and psychotropic substances in schools and vocational training centers. In addition to prevention measures, these decrees are part of the 2025-2029 Prevention National Strategy against this plague. The cabinet meeting also followed to presentations pertaining to the health and agriculture sectors pursuant to the guidelines of the President of the Republic. To diplomatic activities now, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, National Community Abroad and African Affairs, Ahmed Attaf, received the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Migration and Tunisians Abroad, Mohamed Ali Nafti, now visiting Algeria as part of a tripartite mechanism meeting of neighboring countries manned by Libya slated for today. The meeting centered on ways and means of further promoting friendship and brotherly relations binding the two countries, thanks to their great importance touched by the two countries' leaders. The two foreign ministers reviewed as well the preparations for the upcoming Grand Algerian-Tunisian Joint Commission to upgrade these relations to the highest expected levels. Other issues of common interest were tackled as well during this meeting. Ahmed Attaf also received his Egyptian counterpart Bird Al-Abdelati, with whom he held a face-to-face meeting to be enlarged later on to include the two delegations. They assessed bilateral relations and reviewed ways and means of promoting them at all levels while holding the 9th Mixed Commission. A set of international files were discussed, notably the situation in Palestine. To another story now, tasked by the President of the Republic, the Labour Minister Abdel Haq Seyhi delivered a speech on behalf of the Head of State during the meeting held in Doha, Qatar, during which he indicated that Algeria takes part in the summit to reiterate its unwavering commitment to the principles of solidarity and equity, as well as to implement its vision meant to spearhead a sustainable development in line with the set objectives in this field. The Bashar-Tindouf-Ghara-Jbilet railway line is taking shape on the ground thanks to the combined efforts of national companies and engineers committed to delivering this landmark project within this set time framework. The success story of this mega project with Bismafar once again.
The construction site is advancing at a steady pace across the different sections of the mining railway line linking Bashar, Tindouf and Ghara-Jbilet using cutting-edge technology. National companies are deploying their expertise and know-how to ensure the project's delivery within the set deadlines. So far, 635 kilometers of track have been installed out of a total of 950 kilometers planned. Work is progressing smoothly and the countdown has begun for the final stage. Completing the remaining 59 kilometers, all means are being mobilized to complete the project and deliver it within the year. This railway line, part of the mega project connecting the southwest to the rest of the country, is gradually taking shape with all its technical and structural components.
The works include 17 kilometers of bridges, 1,380 hydraulic structures, and more than 101 crossings along the route. It's an honor to be part of this project. We have worked hard despite the heat and tough conditions to bring this dream to life. We have left our mark in this Tindouf, carried out with Algerian expertise, demonstrating the competence and professionalism of national engineers and workers.
Built to international standards, this railway line stands as a model project with modern equipment and technology.
This railway line has been built in accordance with international standards and stands a model of modern infrastructure and advanced technology.
Combining advanced infrastructure and innovative engineering, it marks a major step forward in achieving structural projects that drive Algeria towards a diversified and sustainable economy.
A mega project, and dear, you're still watching Canal, you're still to come in our news. Moroccans keep denouncing the misery, urging the necessity to have the right for a decent life, while arbitrary arrests are still underway. Welcome back to our news, to international news now, as families search for their missing children. Testimonies and rights reports point to the beating, forced disappearances and fabricated charges against young Moroccans swept up in the Gen Z 12 protests. Melissa Lila Balaman has more to say in this report.
The mass arrests of thousands of young people during the recent Gen Z 212 protests have sparked a wave of public outrage across Morocco. Among those detained are minors, children and teenagers beaten, humiliated, and taken away in conditions described as inhumane. Their families have no news. They do not know where their children are being held or in what state. Human rights organizations, national and international, are denouncing serious abuses, exposing a repressive system determined to silence dissent.
They showed me a number and said, "This is your son's case file." But in court, everything had changed. They said the file was incomplete, that the records had been altered. No explanation. They downgraded my son's killing from international homicide to a simple traffic accident, despite all the evidence I brought. They falsified my son's file. They even changed the year of his death from 2025 to to 2021. A forensic doctor helped them, the same doctor linked to 2 organ trafficking cases. When I pointed out the discrepancy, they told me it was just a coincidence that it wasn't the same person.
3 dead, 2,400 young people arrested and charged, 1,473 still in pre-trial detention with no legal basis. Some of the sentences have been extreme, up to 15 years for youths whose only demand was the right to live with dignity. The families' pleas are met with silence from the Makhzen. They continue to call for truth and justice in a country where impunity is now routine and where dignity is bargained away in exchange for silence.
To the weekly report of the PNA, which carried out over the past week numerous successful operations throughout the national territory. To this effect, and as part of fighting terrorism, an organised crime PNA unit arrested 8 individuals backing terrorist groups across the country. As regards combating drugs, PNA detachment intercepted, in coordination with different security services, 71 drug traffickers following attempts to introduce 4 quintals and to 82 kilograms of processed cannabis hailing from regions bordering Morocco, and seized 81 kilograms of cocaine and a considerable quantity of psychotropic tablets. In Tamaras, Burj Baji Mukhtar, Ain Gizam and Elize PNA unit arrested 385 individuals, seized 32 vehicles and other equipment used in illegal gold panning operations. In the same context, 21 other individuals in their possession weapons, fuel, tobacco and foodstuffs destined to speculation and smuggling were arrested. And finally, Coastal Guards thwarted attempts of illegal migration, rescued 189 illegal migrants on board Dignies and arrested 495 illegal immigrants across the national territory. To a thrilling story now. ABC 7's Good Morning Washington is spotlighting Algeria this week, showcasing its landscape, culture and hospitality to a curious American audience. Melissa Leila Balaman expounds.
Our Good Morning Washington team had an incredible experience exploring Algeria.
Algeria is stepping into the international spotlight. The country is featured this week on major U.S. network ABC 7 through the morning show Good Morning Washington. From November 3rd to November 9th, a series of segments is airing between 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. Washington time, offering viewers a guided introduction to Algeria.
From the Mediterranean coast to the Sahara Desert and everywhere in between, the landscapes were breathtaking. But what truly made this trip unforgettable were the people, the warmth, the hospitality, and the pride in their culture. It really shines through in every corner of the country.
The report highlights Algeria's heritage through the perspective of a U.S. crew exploring its cultural, historical, and tourist sites. Struck by what they discovered, the team gives Algeria prominent coverage on U.S. television, where the country is presented as a fresh revelation, met with strong public curiosity. The initiative helps project an image of a modern, warm, and genuine destination.
Ambassador, wonderful to be with you. Let's talk about Algeria, the stunning and diverse country. What surprises visitors most when they visit for the first time?
The landscape and more the hospitality of the people. People are really nice there in Algeria.
Yeah, they really are. And I know before our trip we had talked and you told us you're going to meet people, they're going to welcome you into their homes and they're going to treat you like family. And we saw that firsthand. So let's talk about that warmth and hospitality. How would you describe the role of hospitality in Algerian life today?
It's part of our genes. So the hospitality is a trait of how we are. So this is the first thing I think you will mention, you will see, that's the hospitality.
Algeria, a vast country with significant historical and cultural depth, is asserting its presence in the U.S. through tourism promotion, media outreach, and diplomacy.
With Spotlight on Algeria, we come to the end of our news bulletin. Thanks to our lovely technical crew. Tomorrow, another day, other news. Keep tuning to our channel, and bye-bye for now.